What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Counting Wisdom podcast. I was listening to a end times teaching, and one of the things that sort of sparked my thought was that how do people do what they do in the book of Revelation, knowing that it's already written? And it's like, oh wow, how could someone, do something that, clearly, it's leading to your destruction, but yet you continue on. So I wanted to suggest that maybe one of the reasons is anger. I think that the world conditions, get so bad where every level of life may be, so bad that people are just angry, at God and angry just in general at everyone else. And so I think that's how, they can do what they do because, maybe they're just so upset. And so, I just think that, that's probably, one of the reasons, because, I think sometimes when we're angry, it can, make us do things that, we know may be wrong or something, and we still kind of do it anyway because we have this, burning anger, and we're like, hey, I'm just going to do this even though, I know it's not really helpful. I know there's been times in my life where, I can feel very angry, and so, I can be like, oh, I'm going to, drink a soda, and drink like 5 sodas, or, drink alcohol, or, do something, that may not be, super beneficial, but yet I'm trying to, I know for me, trying to, relieve, what I feel inside. And so, I don't know if the people of Revelation, do it in order to relieve their anger. I think they're just sort of angry and like, hey, because there's a certain type of anger too that, sort of makes you want to stay angry. It's like you kind of like the feeling of being angry, and so you want to stay angry. And so, I think, that only makes sense in regards to, the people of Revelation. Now, do I think that those are today's people? It could be. I don't really see how I would fully know, or anyone would know, but I think that we're definitely getting closer and closer to those days, for sure. But, obviously, even for us as Christians, maybe we have to guard against getting angry that we feel like the world is so bad that, hey, God, you should do something. And, he is doing something, but maybe not exactly what we want to be done. And so I know there's a lot of factors, as far as, there could be someone out there, including us, that, do need to change in some way before heading to heaven. And even though we always think of God maybe using his power to, just transform us in a supernatural type of way. But, this could be one of the ways that God is using, even though to us, it may not seem like it, or it may seem unpleasant. This is one of the ways that I think God is using his power to sort of transform us and change us into, what he wants us to be. And so that's what I think about that. But anyway, it kind of makes you think about, people in the book of Revelation, and, what makes them do what they do, even though, I'm sure, they say the Bible is one of the most read books. Now, I don't know if anyone who, rejects the Bible really reads the Bible that closely. I really doubt that they do, but nevertheless, I know some things that you can hear that come from the Bible that, you don't really have to read the Bible, when you talk about the mark of the beast, and worshiping the image of the beast. Some of those things, are so kind of commonly talked about, I think, I don't know how common, I've probably, haven't talked to all the people that are out there, right? Because there's billions and billions of people, supposedly, I think it's true, but, I haven't seen everybody in the world to really validate that for my own eyes. But, anyway, yeah, this is it's interesting to look at Revelation. I think I was really focused on, in the teaching that sort of sparked this thought, was when the two witnesses are sort of killed, and the people of the world send gifts to each other because of these two witnesses killed. One, I think people have to be really deceived. That's what God really says about the last days, is that he'll send strong delusion on people. But, it seems like definitely a little bit of a different time period. I know people are getting more and more crazy today, for sure, but definitely a little bit different of a time period to, sort of see some of the things that are in Revelation, actually take place. But I don't think it's too far from the people of today. I already made a podcast, when I saw, the protest, the Palestinian protest, I sort of saw like, wow, it seems like these people, really do sort of, dislike Israel, hate Israel, and it seems to be, stemmed from, obviously a hatred of God, which I think, comes from, different reasons for different people, but still, nevertheless, sinful. And so, in order to send gifts to each other because the two witnesses are killed, it's like maybe they are, angry in some way, obviously, you would have to be angry when you see some of the, things happening in Revelation. It's like, wow, you would have to be, pretty upset, that the world is sort of like that. But also, I think people do get upset when you call out their sin, or when you see that, someone, in this case, God is, sort of pointing out, hey, you're so sinful, I know even I can have that reaction sometimes, where I remember when, someone in my life, a family member maybe pointed out something wrong that I was doing, and I know one of my reactions was, hey, I'm feeling upset, like, hey, why are you calling me out, type of thing. And so, but yet and still, I realized that, hey, I needed to change. But, I think many people, are going to not, take it as a change, but, take it as, oh, I'm staying angry, and I'm just going to, continue to be mad. And so, anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. So, thanks so much for checking out this podcast, for those that did, this particular episode. Maybe I'll think of something else to sort of talk about later today. I know it's kind of morning time right now, so I'm still sort of waking up. But thanks so much, and I will talk to you on the next one. See ya.